So with the NBA winding down, we got game one of the finals on Thursday. I figured let's dive into some WNBA, which I've been messing with here over the last week. And what I'll say about WNBA is there is an edge for sure with the player prop market. There's just not a lot of information out there. Stats-wise, there's not a ton. I've been using mainly Add More Funds and just the WNBA site in general, but there's like nowhere you can find potential assist. There's not a lot of places that offer player props as well. Or like odds. Like I think DraftKings and then Bet365 are the two books right now that I've found that offer odds. And a lot of the time they don't come out until DraftKings usually comes out a bit earlier, but like I don't know, sometimes even only a couple hours before the game starts. So just not a lot of information out there in general for the WNBA. But like I said, there is an edge. It's just you have to embrace the variance, right? Especially I've been studying these teams' rotations as well. Like WNBA, a little bit more, they'll ride the hot hand as opposed to NBA, where there's like they're going to give their starters minutes like most of the time. WNBA, not as much. If someone's really struggling, like they will get benched. So like I said, there's a little bit more variance involved, but if you know what you're doing, I think you can make some money. And so we're going to be talking about two plays I like for WNBA for tomorrow. If you guys are not on Prizepicks yet, you can use the code DKDFS for a 100% match up to $100. It'll be linked down below. Also, the sponsor of the video, No House Advantage, they are offering WNBA as well. Their board is not up yet, but they have slightly different payout structures. You can also play pick'em style, where you're playing against other people. You're building out a lineup of player props and playing against them, or you can just play versus the house. But if you guys want to give No House Advantage a try, which I would highly recommend, you can use also the code DKDFS for 100% match up to $100. Pretty simple when you have the same code for these sites. It is. So if you guys are interested, check out that link down below. All right, so let's talk about these two plays. And the first play we're going to be looking to is going to be a first half prop. And we're going to go down to Breanna Stewart at 10.5 first half points. And we're going to take more than 10.5 first half points. Let's go through the reasons why I like over 10.5 first half points for Stewart. Well, number one, let's take a look at the odds for this game, right? We got New York and Seattle. It's a 15.5 point spread, 16 points on DraftKings Sportsbook. So there is a high chance that this game does not stay competitive because Seattle is awful. Well, Breanna Stewart, probably the best player in the WNBA, or one of the best, you could argue. So let's take a look at the three games for her this season. Game one was disappointing. They struggled. She shot 3 of 10, but 2 games ago went absolutely insane, went for 45 points. And then last game in a blowout, still in for 21 points. We can take a look at, well, number one, okay, so like I said, there's blowout risk, which is why I like the first half prop as opposed to the full game prop. And I found it really interesting too. If you take a look at the first or the overall points for Breanna Stewart, they actually have it at 21.5. But first half, slightly lower at 10.5. So with the blowout risk, I was like, yeah, this makes all the sense in the world if we're going to take an over to take the first half as opposed to the overall game, which is at 21.5, right? Because 10.5 times 2, 21. So I found it very interesting that it's actually lower her first half prop than her overall prop because of the blowout risk. But yeah, back to why I like the over. Again, if you take a look at the matchup, like Seattle ranks last in almost every single category. They've been awful so far defensively. And if you take a look at her career numbers, so this season she's averaging 26 points per game. Last season she averaged about 22 points a game. And I think you have a slight bump to the matchup as well. Also, it's a revenge game. She did used to play for Seattle, if you guys are into the revenge game narratives. But yeah, I think she should be able to have her way here. I think in the first half, she probably will get mid to high teens minutes. If you take a look at, let's see, she played 33 minutes in their most recent game. In this game, she played 30 minutes. So that was a blowout. This game, she played 34 minutes. So I think she's probably playing somewhere in the neighborhood of like 16 to 18 first half minutes. And again, great matchup. Do I have the usage up? I don't, but her usage has been insane. I don't think I have it up. Her usage has been insane this year, that being Breanna Stewart. So for all those reasons, again, we're going to take as pick number 1, go over to NBA first half, and we're going to take more than 10.5 points for Breanna Stewart as the first pick. All right, and the second one we're going to be looking to is a game that also, in my opinion, has some blowout risk, and that's going to be Connecticut versus Indiana. So if we look at Bet365, it's a 12.5 point spread. A decent chance this game does not stay competitive. 2 games that should stay competitive tomorrow will be Chicago, Atlanta, Minnesota, and Dallas. But these 2 games, New York, Seattle, and Indiana and Connecticut, definitely have some blowout risk. But we're going to be looking at the prop of Wnba Bonner at 8 rebounds plus assists. So let's take a look at her stats so far this season. So on the season, she's averaging about 4.5 rebounds, 2 assists per game. Last year, she averaged about, again, 4.5 rebounds, 2.8 assists per game. So the assist numbers have been down for Bonner. And also the rebounding numbers have taken a hit. And I think the reason why the rebounding numbers have taken a hit for her is she's playing alongside Alyssa Thomas and Brianna Jones, who've just been dominating the glass, right? Jones averaging, like 8 rebounds a game. Alyssa Thomas just averaging an insane amount of rebounds, averaging 11.3 rebounds per game. Also, a lot of the offense is running through Alyssa Thomas. You can see she's averaging 4.8 assists per game on the season. And also, if you take a look at, I have it up here somewhere. So here it is. Okay, so I wanted to look at assist percentage on the year so far. And you can see, again, Alyssa Thomas, pretty high at 26.5, 25 for Tiffany Hayes. If you just look at the minutes, of all the starters, Wnba Bonner is extremely low. Or actually, I was looking at assist too. Assist percentage, 27.5, but Bonner's at 14.3, which of the starters is actually the second lowest. So assist numbers, like I said, have taken a hit. Rebounding numbers have taken a bit of a hit as well. And you have the potential blowout. So for all those reasons, we're going to take less than 8 rebounds plus assists for Wnba Bonner. Another thing is she is a veteran. So I feel like if this game were to get out of hand, she's the first one, in my opinion, that will get pulled. So again, blowout risk, assist numbers are down, assist percentage is low, rebounding numbers are taking a hit as well, and also a chance of not playing full complement of minutes because of the, again, 12.5 point spread. The Fever have not been great. You have a couple teams that are really just not great in the WNBA. Fever are one of them. Seattle are the other. And I got to give Prizepicks credit here. There's nothing out yet for player props, nothing on Bet365, nothing on DraftKings, and they have a ton posted on the board. I will give them credit for that. Again, we've been, like I said, diving deep into the WNBA over the last week, and I'm excited to grind until the Summer League. We got NBA Summer League coming up in about a month, in my opinion, the biggest edge. And then preseason in August, I was posting some of the stuff in the Discord. I had a phenomenal Summer League, phenomenal preseason as well. I made $3.5 thousand in August for NFL preseason, $3,000 or something in October from NBA preseason. Made a ton in Summer League as well on Prizepicks. So those are, in my opinion, the months where I have the biggest edge in Summer League and preseason. And I think there's definitely an edge in WNBA as well because there's just not a lot of information out there. So if you really know your stuff, if you really dive deep, I think you can make some money betting player props for WNBA. So again, those are the 2 picks for today, guys. We're taking less than 8 rebounds plus assists for Wnba Bonner, and we're taking more than 10.5 first half points for Breanna Stewart. So really appreciate you guys for watching. As always, apologize for not getting a video up there for Game 7. How about the Miami Heat blowout? Can't say I expected that. Caleb Martin, it's his team. But I'll have a video up for Game 1 of the NBA Finals probably tomorrow. I saw that they started to post some props, not everything yet, but I'll have a video up talking about a few props I like probably tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, thanks again for watching. As always, if you do enjoy, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And we'll see you all in the next video.